back, everyone, to another episode of the Endless Growth Podcast.
Yeah, welcome back. We are on episode 89 today.
Yeah, brother. One away from 90, bro.
Yeah, bro. It is actually crazy. I think it was actually Gio. We were on essentially like a little voice chat. There's a thing called Discord. Have you ever heard of Discord before?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, fuck. I kind of knew what it was too, but I've never registered until like I think it was yesterday. Essentially, it's just like I guess you could say another form of communicating.
Okay.
Essentially, so you could basically make like a channel, and then people can join the channel and basically all join up, talk.
Gotcha. Almost like a Zoom kind of thing?
Yeah, but it's more of just voice chat. So it's like strictly like, I think it's just strictly voice chat. I think one person can present, but it's not like everybody's like on a FaceTime essentially. But they also have a version where, let's say you join the channel and, let's go to the voice chat version. But there's another one where it's just straight chat. It's fucking crazy.
Gotcha.
But so
it could be chat or voice.
Exactly. Yeah, you could be like, let's go to the chat, or yeah, exactly, the chat, or essentially vice versa, essentially the voice chat version. And yeah, we hopped into that shit, and yeah, we were just talking. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to throw that in there. Discord is just some shit. But usually, back in the day, it's so big now. I think it has like 3 million downloads, but probably more. But a lot of you could, let's say for example, we could even have one for the podcast. We started Discord, and then we could like essentially talk with the community on there, and then all join a channel, all talk, or we're just on the chat one where maybe throw an idea out. You know, I don't think our audience is that big where we get that much interest, but it'd be something maybe to explore.
Yeah, well, I've heard about it. Yeah, with other people like have podcasts and stuff like, on Discord, and I was like, I don't know
Fuck is that
Discord
exactly?
Is. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's so much. It's like so many ways you can use it. For example, like PlayStation, even like PCs. Like if you're gonna be playing, let's say, games with PC players back in the day, that's what you would join, so you don't have to play on voice chat. I guess PlayStation and basically these other, I guess you could say, consoles and I don't know, devices integrated this thing, so you could join it.
It kind of be like us when back then we would call each other to play video games because we didn't have headsets.
Yeah, well, I think back then when we used to play, we would start a PlayStation party, and then we join the party. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, but even before that though, like the Resistance days.
Oh fuck!
We would just hop on the house phone.
Damn, for real?
And tell your mom, or my mom needed the phone. Be like, hey, get the fuck off the phone. We need to call someone.
Damn.
You remember that time?
It's been so long. I ain't gonna lie. I've never.
Bro, that was like I remember that was like the thing. I'd go home from school. I'd go upstairs, grab the phone.
Yeah.
Dial
me.
Yep.
That's before we had cell phones and shit. That's you tell me that's like what do you call landlines type shit?
Yep, landline shit.
Damn, bro.
Dial you up, put that shit on speaker.
That was fun. I ain't gonna lie. That was a fun game that me and you would play all the time.
Set it on my chest right here, and I'd go ahead and start playing with you.
Holy shit!
It was yesterday, bro. It's crazy.
That's actually wild.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what it brought to me when you said that. Yeah. When like you use it basically to have a chat, without using the game. Okay.
Got you. But yeah, nowadays, like back in the day, let's say you only had a PlayStation, you could only play with people with PlayStation or Xbox with Xbox.
Now it's all cross.
Yeah, everything's what they call, I believe, cross-platform.
Yeah, that's
so yeah, like you could play with literally anyone. So yeah, so I guess they created that to essentially connect everyone.
It's probably good because I feel like back then it would, I don't know, there was like 1 million people playing PlayStation. And maybe 5 million playing Xbox for certain games. Yeah. And sometimes like the parties would be like super boring with like not the parties, but like, you know, the rooms you would go into to play with a shooting game because there wasn't that many people. But now it's like
there's so much, bro.
Open, so it's like no matter what, you always have like a full party at any time of the day.
Exactly. So now, even back then, I don't know if you remember, we had some friends that were like, let's say on Xbox, and we would never play with them.
Exactly.
So,
dude, I remember being up like at 3 a.m. trying to like load up a Battlefield party or game. Yeah. That shit would take forever because the people would join and they would like almost start playing and then they would back out. And you'd have to wait for people to hop on and load.
Oh, shit. I think I know what you're talking about.
Because you needed like at least 20 people, but it would fit like 50 people on each team.
Yeah, that shit was insane.
But at least needed like 20. But if you only had like...
Yeah, it was like Battlefield 2, bro.
Yeah.
Holy, this was so long ago.
It wouldn't start with
like we're 13 type shit.
Yeah, a certain amount of people, but...
My goodness.
Anyways, yeah, that's...
Isn't that crazy to think? That's 15 years ago. So that was more than... That was, damn.
We were over a decade.
For sure. Decade and a half type shit. Yeah, but basically what I was trying to say with... I was talking to Gio. And shit, what the hell was I even going to say? Damn. No, you just blew my mind. I ain't going to lie with this whole resistance and shit. Because you're right. That was a whole long time ago. Nobody was telling me, because he always be hearing the pod, so shout out, that essentially he's like, oh, what pod are you guys recording tomorrow? And I was like, oh, 89. He's like, damn, it's just crazy. Because I remember before we started recording the pod, he was like one of the few people I told. Because I don't know if you remember, back the day when we started, the first 10, we didn't even tell like the public. We definitely told like, close people and all that. But he was one of the people I told before we even started recording. And I was like, yo, bro, this is what we have planned, shit like that. And he was like, oh, what the fuck? And he was like one of the first on board because he was made aware.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of crazy to be like, holy shit, like you're going to go record episode 89 tomorrow. Like, it's fucking insane. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, fucking time be flying because
it is.
Shit.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been literally last February is when we started. So yeah, this February was 1 year, and
yeah, facts. So, yeah, we're going on to 2 years coming up, bro. This shit is insane. So no, but yeah, we'll keep going. We're about to reach episode 100 here shortly. Probably in
Did we say by the end of the year?
It's probably March when we hit it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
usually this year we'll probably only get to like 90.
Exactly. Well, we got how many weeks left? Like 6. So 6 plus the like 95. So probably, actually 100 probably be February, around there, something like that. But no, it's exciting. And then we hit 52 plus 52 was 104. That's 2 years technically. And it's just something crazy, bro. Just something to think where I think this is something that came to my mind like a minute ago, where I was like, damn, sometimes you just got to get started, and sometimes obviously you want results right away, but time's going to move whether you like it or not. And that's something that you have to acknowledge. And I remember when I bought my Mac a long time ago, this was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, fuck, like, let me try and make beats. I was trying to like just figure shit out, Like,
I remember that,
yeah. So I literally bought a FL Studio for, I think it was $300. Want to go spend like $2K on a Mac and shit, all this shit. And I think I tried for like a week, and I was like, yeah, this shit's not for me, basically. But I still use a Mac and, use it for, Mac.
Yeah, I think everybody needs a computer.
100%. Yeah, back in the day, I was using it more for real estate, and then I transitioned more into like digital marketing and shit like that. So that wasn't necessarily a waste. I still use it to this day. Like, I literally used it shit probably, Monday, Tuesday for the reels. I don't think I used it today, but, fuck it. But yeah, it's just something where I was like, yo, just start. And then obviously if you keep up with it, it's not like I just, wanted to make 2 beats on 2 years past. But let's say I was interested in it, and fast forward 4 years, like the progress I would have made, That's just kind of like something that, I don't know.
You think it was just going back to that thing, let's say, you think it was like the not understanding it or seeing the progress that was like, yeah, this ain't for me? Or you think it was just
it was
you
that.
just actually weren't interested in it?
Like, I think it was that, but I think I was more interested in, if I was going to do something, was going to be honestly probably recording like vocals.
Gotcha.
But I feel like there was maybe too much pressure, and I knew that I didn't want to become like take that too serious. It was more like a hobby type of thing, so I didn't end up pursuing that specifically. Plus, being like, let's say, a SoundCloud rapper is the worst reputation. Like, if you tell someone, oh, like,
find me on SoundCloud,
yeah, like you just see that as just, I don't know. It doesn't have a good positive thing. If that makes sense.
You kind of have a certain Yeah, you get a stamp over your head with that one.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. So I think it was a little bit of everything. But if I do go back to it, it'd be more, again, hobby type shit. So nothing soon or nothing like that. Because I think it was this one time. This was when I was trying to be a little bit more social. I was in entrepreneurship class and ended up meeting like a friend, I guess you could say there. So they basically paired us up. I think it was actually my cousin, him, and then like some other dude. And we actually ended up going down to, eventually we basically had to come up with a business idea. They gave us actually $5. And they're, all right, we're going to give you a project, turn this $5 into $50. We're like, okay, cool. Like, the fuck are we going to do, basically? And we didn't do nothing really too creative, to be honest. We went to Walmart. We got basically a pack of waters. Got like a straight up, like, homeless bill, like, cardboard type shit. And literally, that's what we were doing.
Advertise water bottles.
Exactly. Yeah, we all met up on a Saturday morning, and then we went down 25th. Was going to be our spot. And then, we basically just started saying, hey, we basically were using the pitch as, hey, we were state students on a project. Mm-hmm. We're trying to turn this $15 to $50. You say that, like, you get help. You know, if I was just, hey, we're selling water bottles, it's gonna be like, what the fuck, like.
I'm good.
Exactly. So we were just, getting some money that way. I remember we even went into, this was back when we were like hella shy, bro. I think all of us were to an extent. Like, we're fucking selling water. It's like shit weird. Mm-hmm. But I actually remember running into some dude, and he was an entrepreneur because we were explaining what we were doing. He's like, oh, well, I'm an entrepreneur. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, let's talk or some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And he was basically telling us that he was like one of the first dudes back in the day that had fax machines. What the hell? Yeah, so he basically was like the first ones before they were like at libraries and offices and shit. Mm-hmm. And he would essentially, I think he would basically rent them out or some shit like that. But he was telling me that, or us, all this fucking crazy shit, like, oh, like it was risky. And then we asked him, hey, well, like, what would you recommend advice wise? He's like, yeah, there was a lot of troubled times, and I had to meet payroll. He's like, but I never missed payroll. And he was like, but a lot of the times I had to like basically come up with the money. God knows what he did. Probably got, loans or, something like that. But he basically, that was his lesson. He was like, just have enough money on the side, just in case you have rainy days. That was his advice. I remember that shit. But yeah, that was just one of the interactions. But essentially we went to, on 25th, this is a barbershop called Moore's Barbershop.
Yeah, it's still there, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. Still there. We freaking pull up. And actually one of those dudes became a barber for like a minute, bro. It was like 3-4 years. But I didn't even know them at that time. Mm-hmm. We walked in, basically explained what we were doing. Like, it was fucking weird because everybody was cutting hair. And we literally just walked in and just started kind of like, not yelling, but raised our voice. Hey, like, we were state student. Just weird shit. It was just like, fuck. And yeah, like a few of them actually ended up buying some water bottles. So shout out to them.
How much were you guys selling? $1?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think what was a pack of $5 got you maybe, 32?
Yeah, back then it used to be like
exactly. Cheaper. So we basically were, trying to. We ended up doing it, just because it was just.
You guys sold them all?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we got to the 50. Basically,
you guys bought the rest yourselves.
Shit, I don't even.
You're like, fuck it. Here's the 20.
We wanted to, but it was just like, if I was by myself, I probably would want to do something like that. But just the group.
No, in a group effort, it's different. Yeah,
it was like 4 of us. We kind of split up, try to do our own shit, all that shit. So it was just awesome. It was like a good experience. We ended up hitting our goal, and then we reported back to the entrepreneurship class. And basically there was other groups and they did all kinds of other shit. Some people posted shit for other people on eBay for a percentage. So they didn't even need the $5. So they were coming up with like crazy shit, right? And then basically the professor came to us, asked us, our findings, our reportings. And then he asked us, okay, so you guys made it. Good job. He's like, what is this something you would pursue and like basically do as a business? We're like, hell no.
Door-to-door salesperson. Yeah,
exactly. We're like, hell no, what the fuck? Like it was just for the project and putting ourselves out there, but definitely not a good business idea, But yeah, that's
really the only time you probably done like sell door to door, right? In a way.
Yeah, that was something. But it kind of going back to that, yeah, like it was just way easier with like a group of people for sure.
Group setting, yeah.
But yeah, definitely got obviously you get told no, but it's just fucking it's water. It's not like we're we're attached or something that we created we might, take offense to it. But yeah, it's just one of the things that I don't know, I experienced. I don't even know why I brought that up, but
yeah, we came into this
saying something, but I was like, what the fuck? Had like this little instant flashback to that. But that's one of the early experiences back when I was, I don't know, on that mindset.
We're talking about the real estate and your computer and
going back to the beats and shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. But
and then we go into the whole entrepreneurship thing. Yeah, it was just a good experience, I guess. But yeah, basically, okay. So I guess going back to the main concept is, if you kind of start something, time's gonna move no matter what. Like you can't control it. That's something that is just, I guess you could say, above us. We don't determine shit like that. So that was something that I acknowledged. I was like, shit, I should be doing something where as year passes by, I feel like I get better at something, right? And one of the main ones was definitely like self-improvement. There's not really an end goal, I guess, to that, or a finish line. You could always keep improving in a sense.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I feel like when we started the podcast, that was kind of something too, where I acknowledged, I was like, yo, like maybe, this might not go anywhere, but looking back in time, like this shit's going to be That's what they say. It's gonna be a flash in time.
100%. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you stick to it, it's just more of a kind of a. I always miss on this word. Basically, we're holding ourselves accountable every single day too, or every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Making the time for it. It's always just like a good thing to have, I guess, and also, yeah, just basically, it's a skill. Basically, you kind of learn. Even like I said, if it doesn't get us nowhere, it's something we're gonna look back on and be like, damn, we did that for this long, and
yeah, bro.
And I have big hopes for this because I mean I feel like
no, 100%.
It's growing. I mean, essentially, it's not like we're literally day one, same subscribers, same everything. Like every couple months, every month, we do something different to.
Do you think we would have quit if we would have still had like 5 subscribers?
I would have had to tell you, yeah, bro.
Pull the plug in this bitch.
Yeah, this shit ain't working, bro.
Oh shit!
I'm glad the way we did it though, because I feel like, we started with the basic essentials.
Yeah.
We
started small. That's actually a business concept in the same entrepreneurship class. They called it MVP, minimal viable product.
And our boy small. Eric told us that too. He started his company like bare minimal, only buy what you need, and
that's a great concept right there. Because a lot of people like imagine if we started all this shit from the get go.
Yeah.
Because some people don't start it like this, and then they never continue.
I see a lot of shit on Facebook Market for sale, and it's because people like
started and
buy all the podcast equipment, like the best of the best, and then they sell everything because I don't know what happened, honestly, but
they just give up.
Everybody got their own things, you know.
Yes, they give up.
And a lot of the times they have a partner that does it with them, and then they end up just
one of them like flakes. Kind of like with me with the beats, like. I just said, "Yo, fuck this shit," and I couldn't sell a digital product, I guess, but it's facts. That's a big fact.
I'm glad of the way we did it. Just started with the iPhone, as far as like that being our most expensive, basically.
100%.
In this whole thing, the camera essentially, but start with the iPhone, and we'll start with no video, and then we integrated video after 10 or 7.
That's so I forget about that. What was the first 7 episodes?
For a minute, we weren't going to do video at all.
Really?
It was a thing that was just like we should add video, and I think I was like pushing for it. I'm like, we should do video.
Yeah, you were pushing for that actually.
I'm like, I don't know. I just wanted to have something people can see because I'm always a person that's more of a visualizer.
Got you.
Because I hate audiobooks. Like as far as
got you.
And I'll even put a podcast on, but I'll still put the video on and just like every once in a while I'm like
glance at it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's something weird, but
no, I like that.
But yeah, we did the iPhone after I think like 10 of them or whatever we had.
Yeah, you're right.
And then that was a whole shit show doing that.
It was something different, yeah.
Had to delete so many damn pictures off my phone, which I guess is good. I went through and cleaned out a bunch of dumb junk.
Yeah.
Back then I had a bunch of pictures when I worked at the body shop, just because I was always like having to take pictures for estimates and stuff. So.
Got you.
But anyways, we're always running out of storage, and then got the whole room and.
Yeah, little by little, bro. That's a good concept because I feel like that's something we maybe overlook now that we've been doing it for a minute. But yeah, we started literally just like I think we've said it, like lifetime table, these same mics, but these weren't too expensive. I think total setup cost in terms of mics and this shit was maybe $300.
Yeah, I think it was like
some shit like that. Slowly we bought like nice ass chairs. That light came in like most of this came I think around episode 22-ish.
20, yeah.
Something like
20
that.
Something. Yeah, when we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean slowly kind of got there, and then obviously now I have it set up so we have guests.
Exactly. That's facts too. We didn't have this shit set up for a guest, and then these panels are probably the newest thing. That light that you got as well. That I'm pointing at that the audience can't see, but hey, just to paint a little picture. But yeah, that's a fact. So all these lights as well.
Yeah.
The other ones.
Yeah, it's little by little. I mean, essentially that's how I started my business too, Started at home.
Exactly.
Little tools, using like a what do you call those extractors? They're basically, you sell them, buy them at Walmart. They're basically to clean up like after your dog's mess, if it pees or pukes or some shit on your carpet. These little extractors, and I remember I was extracting whole cars with that fucking little vacuum. I would have to hold it because the hose is so short, and then just fucking like go around the whole car and empty the tank because it'd get full right away, and then slowly, you start investing into more and
better equipment.
But you start with the minimal for sure. And I remember when I bought that first machine, it was just like, oh shit, $1,500, like going from a little $40 machine
to some
crazy shit that would pop my breakers. I remember because it was like so industrial, big old fucking heater in it that it had and vacuum and shit, but. Yeah, it's more stuff, more bridges had to cross.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. I feel like I'm kind of guilty myself. I'm like I forget about that. Sometimes I just want to, have this whole big fucking crazy shit from the get go. But it's like,
It's tough, man, because we all compare ourselves and we see the shit like somebody else doing it. Like, I want big ass shop right away.
Yeah.
I want my business to be booming like instantly. It sucks, but
yeah. The quote that always fits perfectly into this is like, Rome wasn't built overnight. That shit took, fucking years and days and shit like that. It's kind of like when you pass by like a building every day, like let's say, even like on, what is it, 20 shit,
like
bro.
when they're constructing a building,
the wall, on wall, the little crazy shit they're making.
Oh yes.
Oh, it's not even a wall. It's like Lincoln, I think.
Yeah, one street up.
Yeah, I always pass by that shit. I'm like, little by that motherfucker getting constructed.
Bro, I drove by it not too long ago, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Shit's
insane, huh?
Is that whole thing just parking structure, you think?
I don't know.
But it's enclosed, though. That's what's weird.
I've seen the plans I was going to look after. It looks fucking nuts. But I'm not sure what the fuck that is.
Bro, this thing is like 4 stories or 5 stories in the air already.
It's huge.
And the hole was like 6 stories.
Yeah.
But there's no windows. There's no nothing.
That's facts. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's parking. But where the fuck would the building go? Because I feel like that's the majority of the space taken, I don't know.
I guess they're just building a building on top of that.
That'd be crazy. Oh, yeah, I don't know. That shit's insane.
But yeah, I know what you mean, though. You slowly just see something like be built. Like I see these like townhomes right here being built.
Yeah.
Like, literally start from fucking dirt to cement foundation, and they start fucking making them. Like, what the fuck? Before you know it, they already got like 4 made.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's just, I don't know,
something you got to carry into like a business or anything
you want to put your mind to. Anything you want to start and, accomplish. It's not going to take, a day to accomplish, especially if it's like a goal really no one really accomplishes, It just takes a minute. You got to have the patience, determination, persistence, all that shit, So just something nice to always reflect back on, be like, yo, we got, got to keep going. But no, yeah, I'm glad with the progress so far. I feel like the channel has grown, but I feel like we've grown even more
ourselves.
100%. So, and then with that being said, we're also improving the quality of the podcast because we're improving as well. We have different insights. We could communicate, our thoughts a little bit better. And yeah, basically everything's improving.
Yeah. And ourselves, I mean, we're just going through different parts of our life too that people can relate. Yeah. People more can relate to us, I would say. But
yeah, 100%. 100%. Even like with the reels, I found myself that I'm getting a little bit better. Back in the day, I think I was making them a little too long, where people, I think, were just, I'm not going to fucking wait 50 seconds. Now I'm making them, I'm trying to at least, making them shorter than 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's the basically the attention span you have from someone. It's pretty short. If you don't got them within like the first 2 seconds, then
they're outski.
Yeah, if they're like, keep going. But
exactly.
As soon as they catch like right away, you're like, oh, they'll listen for, about what you said. 15, 30 seconds.
Something like that, yeah. Just get to the point, but at the same time, maybe provide context. So, I don't know. It's kind of like a tug and pull because you also want to not make it so short where it's like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then, yeah, just getting better little by little. So
yeah, they look good.
Yeah, hopefully.
Same come up all the time. And yeah, someone messaged me the other day like, oh, that one reel that just got posted hit hard.
Which one was it?
It was the business, basically going from when I was talking about
transitioning into full-time.
Yeah. As long as I had the bills paid, it wasn't an issue. It was just extra money. But then it went from full-time running the business, or this being my only source of income. That's when it was like, oh shit, game on, But it all happened to work out.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, man, it's kind of cool how it's nice getting the feedback from some people. So if you guys relate to some stuff, let us know. We love to.
We like comments.
Comments,
feedback, especially if it's good.
Preferably better. Preferably just good ones.
It's good, but at the same time, we don't want to get like our I guess you could say our ass kissed, where we're just like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
No, of course.
We want constructive criticism, but a lot of people don't really give that out, especially if they know us personally. It's usually just random ass people on the internet. Yeah, I think honestly, one of our TikToks, I think we basically got like, I don't want to say shadow ban, but they pulled like the plug on us on there as well because we were getting traffic.
Again?
They've done this. I was about to say this happened like 3 times.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but last time it was the one we got views. I think got like 3 bad comments on it straight up. And I was like, yeah, man, fuck TikTok. That shit is not a good place for.
You know what they say is that they're trying to make TikTok is a China thing, right?
Yeah.
And they're just trying to feed us
brainwashes.
Yeah, bullshit, make us dumb. So they're like, oh, if they're saying anything smart or something that can make someone smarter, they're like, fuck that, we gotta shadow ban it or.
Yeah, I've heard that over there the Chinese TikTok is straight like more educational. Like they're over here promoting like engineering and shit. It's kind of fucked, to be honest. But I guess we're kind of
because I get on my shit and it's just straight dumb shit, like just like fucking funny videos basically.
It's fucked because it's part of the algorithm as well. Like obviously if you like dumb shit, which is funny, like I like it too, they're gonna keep pushing the same shit to you. But I'm pretty sure you could at least adjust that shit a little bit and be like, hey, like
just start searching like just smart shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit, the algorithm is complicated because at the end of the day, you do want to obviously learn and get better, but there's like times for it too. If it's everything you're hearing, I feel like you're just gonna be like, what the fuck? I feel like you need that little diversity, but obviously the little bullshit stuff you see is gonna always win because you're gonna get the little the little dopamine rush and laugh your ass off or
Yeah, I won't be getting on that thing for a minute, and then I mean, it'd probably be like months. Sometimes I won't get on it. But as soon as I get back on it, it's like 3 dudes on a fucking scooter eating shit, and it's like back to the bullshit. Like it doesn't. Yeah, that's always feeding me dumb stuff. But
no, exactly, bro. Exactly.
Good times though.
No, yeah. We've had some encounters with some scooters as well. Luckily, I've never fallen on one of them shits. Knock on wood, shit. But yeah, we've definitely had some friends ate shit. Definitely hit my head on a branch once though.
Yeah, I was right behind you on that one, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing, bro. That thing was
that night was one of the craziest nights, but yeah, I got sick after that.
That's right. Forgot.
Yeah, it's something with me. No, this happened to me 3 times. One time in Mexico, that time, and like another time. I'm gonna be honest. You drink, basically alcohol lowers your immune system. Is what I guess I've heard, research, whatever the fuck. And you're in a warm space. You're probably dancing, sweating. You get on a scooter with no jacket. You inhale basically a fuck ton of cold air hitting your face, shit like that. Yeah, I always just get sick, shit like that. So yeah, it's something I try to be, I guess you could say, aware of. Even like after the gym, let's say I'm sweaty, I try to cover my fucking like my mouth and shit because I'm like, it's cold as shit now. I'm like, yo, be careful out there because shit, you don't want to get sick.
It is kind of weird, huh? I remember back then I still fucking have to park outside and my car's cold sometimes. But I remember back then, like, dude, I'd be coming out like negative temperature shit. But as long as it covered my like respiratory, like breathing into like my sweater or some shit, I would never get sick. But the one time I would just fucking like be breathing in cold ass air, instantly fucking sick.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
It is weird.
It is insane.
I'll hold my breath sometimes. Like I feel like I'm just paranoid now, but
yeah, same. I do not want to get sick. Fuck that.
Until I can get like in my car or some shit when it's warm.
Yeah. That's facts. No, so you know what's up. That's a fact, bro. But usually it hasn't gone negative anymore. I remember in high school it went -4 once. I was like, what the fuck are we?
Even when I worked at the body shop, I think it was a few times. It was
for real?
Negative and shit sucked because there was they had heaters there, but the shop was like 50 degrees, 60 degrees if you're lucky. Fuck. It was always cold, like no matter what. But working outside during the cold times, it sucks.
Hell no. That's like
I couldn't do it now.
Shit. Yeah, nah. Yeah, same either. I don't think I ever got to work in the cold. The only thing
in your car?
I was about to bring that up. The only time I remember is literally when you were helping me. I think it was a water pump, and then we had to redo the timing belt or chain. I don't even know what the fuck you call that.
Yeah, the water pump. We did a timing belt. Because you have to kind of do both. One to do both. Yeah,
exactly. And you're like, bro, you might as well get it replaced. And then I think you had to like match it up and do some shit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember you brought out a fucking heater, and I'm like, bro,
shit,
I'm like, why'd you bring this thing out? You're just wasting power at this point. But yeah, basically the kind of heater he brought out was
a little shitty one.
Like an what do they call those? Not infrared.
I have no clue what do you call those.
I don't know. I don't even think they even exist anymore, do they? They gotta be efficient in some way. I just don't know in what area you would use them for. But basically, there's no like infrared hot things you're seeing get hot. There's no fan.
It's the one where that's a little how do you even call that? Fuck, it's hard to explain that.
It had like fins. It almost looked like
yeah, like metal, straight. It's just a metal thing, right?
Yeah. It's just metal fins basically that get hot, but there's nothing. But basically,
it's not like air blowing or no shit like that.
Nothing. No. Yeah, we couldn't feel shit. I remember. Unless you were touching that shit and
exactly.
burning yourself.
I think we were just putting our hands, like, just to warm up our hands here and there.
That shit was cold as fuck, though.
Yeah, it was super cold. Yeah, my apologies for that.
I did that more often than I wanted to, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. You were out there.
doing my dad's truck. I remember I had to dish in the snow, bro. I put a piece of cardboard on the snow to work like underneath the truck and do shit like that. Yeah, I guess times like that. No, it wasn't fun. I do enjoy though that I had those times because definitely made me be more appreciated, I guess, for what I have now and like being able to just get in my car and go and not to worry about like, oh shit, like if my shit's not starting or I gotta fix this now. Like, definitely makes me more thankful and be aware of what I have now.
Oh, for sure.
If it wasn't for shit like that, I'd probably just be like oblivious, I guess, to everything that I have. And yeah, so good times though.
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course. Yeah, those are good experiences back in the day, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely stick with you, that's for sure.
Especially if it sucks, you're always going to remember those a little bit more than the average ones.
And there was a good time with that specific one where you fucking slammed your head into that hood.
Yeah, torpedoed into the hood. Yeah, I remember that.
So the hood didn't have a hood prop because it had shocks, but the shocks were blown out. So we had like a broomstick or some shit
holding there, yep.
And you broke the bolt loose and then you went flying into it.
Dude, that shit was so tight, bro. I was fucking... And that's when I barely started the gym, so I was like a year or two in. I was like... Let me do this shit. No, that shit was tight as fuck.
Yeah. I don't know if it broke loose. I think it ended up breaking loose, right? But at the same time, you went flying and knocked out the broomstick and
it just
fell on you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it fell on both of us, no? Or is it more you than me?
Well, I made the broomstick go away, but I think it obviously had to come back down somehow.
Yeah.
But, it was all right.
Good times.
It was funny.
Good times at the driveway in Ogden.
Yeah, that shit is insane, bro. Yeah, you probably hadn't done mechanical work in a minute, huh?
Nah, I can't. Well, I think last time I did it was on that Subaru. Probably like...
Oh, the one you rebuilt or whatever?
Mm-hmm. That 3RX, which was...
That wasn't too long ago. Maybe a year?
A little bit over a year ago. But yeah, I keep an eye on those, like literally. I'm looking on Facebook.
Oh, for real? You're still on those?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
If I find like a good deal, I'll do it. But if I don't, then... So
you haven't come across anything too good then?
Mm-mm. Damn. There was a really good one that was like ready to go buy it, and it was actually a newer one. It was like a 15, or no, it was a 17. But that one needed a whole new engine. That one I was going to buy like an eBay engine and just like literally take out and put in. And the car was $5,000. The engine was like $3,500.
Oh, okay. But can you explain that business model for the people that know about it? So,
yeah, basically it's called flipping cars.
Okay.
If you know stuff about cars, you know how to fix cars. We have a platform, Facebook Market, where you find good deals. People always posting cars.
Do you only look on Facebook, KSL, both? You
know what's funny is that I actually found the first one on KSL, but I don't find myself on KSL anymore a lot. KSL is basically basically it's just like a news channel here that has their own classifieds for cars.
It's like a marketplace, kind of like Facebook Marketplace, but before Marketplace.
I think it's only a Utah thing, right?
I think so, yes.
KSL.
That's actually good that you mentioned that, yeah.
But most recently it's Facebook Market. But I think the people have caught on to this, and now it's just basically, as soon as you see one, they will pretty much go pretty quick. Like there was one I was keeping an eye on, and it went right away. But yeah, you basically flip cars. You buy them with blown motors because these cars specifically are notorious for blowing up their engines. They just wear out sooner than they need to, and people always beat on those cars.
So that's the ones you are looking for. Are you looking for ones that maybe aren't too blown, like too damaged, or you could kind of do everything? Or are you looking for maybe... I don't know, something that's just a simple fuck up, which I don't know.
I mean, you don't really come across those. People will sometimes say like mechanic special, and they're like, doesn't start, don't know what it is.
Gotcha.
Give me $5,000, it's yours. Most of the time, they probably already known or taken it to someone.
Yeah, exactly, that's to a mechanic or something.
You don't just give up a car that easily.
Exactly.
But most of the time, they're just blowing up, and I just know like exactly what I have to do to make it run, which it's the whole motor, and I just buy brand new parts because they're pretty affordable for those.
Got it. Another question, is this just specifically Subarus that you're looking out? Because I know you have an Acura out here. Are you looking for anything else? Is there maybe another one that's a little easier? Or I know Subarus are really sought after here because they're four-wheel drive, good for the snow. Is that like the only thing essentially? Or
for me, yeah. It's just because they're the easiest. And it doesn't have to be exactly like the ones I've been buying, like the STIs and the RXs. It can be like I was looking at what was it? Not an Impreza, a Outback.
Okay.
And it's basically, they're the same motors, just with less shit on them because they don't have a turbo. So it's like less stuff. And same thing, the person was like, it's been overheating. And Subarus in general, dude, they're just kind of shittier cars, honestly. like with higher mileage, I would say, and the older ones, I would say too. All the newer stuff now, I think they've kind of tweaked and fixed all the problems, but they're notorious for head gaskets. Basically, they would start overheating with time. The head gasket would give out, which would cause coolant to leak into the cylinder.
The head gasket's that little fucking skinny thing? Is that what that is?
So there's like the block, the main part of the engine, and then there's like the head that has all the valves and stuff.
And then that little shit is what's connected.
In between.
Okay. Yeah. I think I remember you actually replacing it on your, not your Audi, the green one you had, but the one before that. I think I went over to your house once and you were doing that.
Yeah, gaskets, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, those will give out and start basically letting coolant get through into the channels, and they'll start blowing out white smoke and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you can find Outbacks with blown head gaskets all the time, and those are super easy to do also.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of looking at anything that's Subaru, but that's just me. I mean, I'm kind of more of I consider myself a mechanic, but I'm the kind of lazier mechanic. I don't like doing like
It's because you're busy though.
Exactly. I don't want to get like a no 10, not a no 10, but like an 05 Ford Explorer that's
okay.
It's, I don't know, starts but squeaks and does this. Like, I'm not trying to like break my head.
Yeah, you probably can't sell it as fast as well as a Subaru. So I get you.
Yeah. So at Subaru, I'm just like, I don't know exactly what to do. Worst case scenario, I already know. Just replace the whole thing.
Got it. So if a car, like you said, is overheating, let's test my knowledge. What I have no fucking clue, to be honest. It could be the radiator. Like for example, what the fuck did my car? It was a thermostat.
Thermostat, yep.
So it could be the radiator, thermostat, and what else?
Water pump. Going on?
The water pump itself that's fucking up.
Yeah, they'll go bad.
Those are like the 3 main ones. Do you think?
Yeah, I would say that.
And then it's basically from there, from your.
And usually, causing it to overheat will blow a head gasket.
So it's just it's a whole chain reaction.
If you let it get too hot, then
I definitely
then it
did
gets
some
worse.
shit like that.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so for you. It's basically the process of elimination. You buy the car, you don't know necessarily, it's overheating, but you don't know exactly what's wrong. So what do you do, I guess you could say, to figure out what the fuck's wrong? Like,
yeah, I mean, if it's like let's say in the case it is a head gasket kind of issue.
Yeah.
If it's blowing out white smoke out of the back, that means like it's burning coolant, you would say. If it's burning like black smoke, it could be oil or.
So there's signs that you kind of pick up.
There's different signs, smells too. If it smells like sweet, like
the coolant dripping or something.
Coolant, yeah.
Definitely smelled that before.
The dipstick too. You could check like the oil dipstick.
Oh, if it has a coolant in there or what?
Yeah, if it starts.
Holy shit.
If the head gasket goes bad, it starts leaking and mixing with the oil. So there'll be like kind of like a milky substance.
Got you.
And I think like, how water and oil separate.
Yeah.
So you'll kind of have like a separation on the dipstick.
Like. Okay.
So there's little stuff like that. But if it's that gone, like far gone, then yeah, it's like you're fucking taking the car apart. But before that, if it's just leaking coolant, then you can, go towards a radiator. A water pump's the most common thing that when they go bad, basically it's like they're driven by a belt. So something's spinning and basically there's a seal and the seal will basically get worn and old and allow coolant to get through and then they start leaking. And it's almost like a telltale sign. Like they almost do it this way to let you know like, hey, replace your shit. It's bad.
Gotcha.
So they start leaking coolant and.
Okay, that's actually super interesting. So, okay, let's say you get the Subaru, you figure out what's wrong with it, you replace, in this case, the water pump. What's the next step? How do you figure out how much to price it for? Like, what's like the next step after that?
So the cars, I mean, I'm always just going like on the market. So whatever like Facebook Market is pricing them. So if I'm like interested in buying a car, like right now, those specific cars that I'm kind of looking at, they're XSTIs. They're going for like pretty cheap right now, just because the whole economy is kind of fucked up right now. Yeah. So back then I sold like an STI for $19,000, and right now you can get that same exact STI that I had for maybe 15.
So the profit's 12, a little less.
Yeah. So you definitely, if you're gonna buy one to rebuild and make money, you have to get it for way cheaper now.
Got you. So the deal's not as sweet.
When I bought the one for when I sold it for 19, I bought it for 8,000.
That's dope. How much do you invest?
Like 3,000.
But then, how much time do you think you spent on it, hour-wise?
Myself, it's hard because I was just working on here and there. Yeah,
here and there. So. That's true. Would you say about 10 hours, 20?
No, I would say maybe like 30 hours.
Okay, so it's a decent amount.
Yeah, probably been like a week's worth of work almost. And then
and then price it out and all that. Damn. Okay, so like you said, if the price is right, but this probably not as good as deals now,
Yeah,
or the numbers don't make as much sense.
Yeah, and then the second one I bought it for 5, and I sold it for 15, and that one I invested, only like, it was a little bit. It was like $500.
Oh, okay.
And about the same hours, 20, 30 hours.
Yeah, gotcha.
And that one, yeah, definitely made some more money on that one, but I just got lucky, just
sometimes it works out like that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of a gamble sometimes too, because you find more shit.
Oh, okay.
If somebody's already messed with it too, that's always worse because parts could be missing.
Gotcha.
Now you're having to source down parts, but yeah, I'm always keeping an eye. So
on through like that. Well, you said it was a gamble. Have you ever bought a car and you were like, "Yo, fuck, I shouldn't have bought this one"?
Fuck the RSX. Yeah.
Okay, explain.
It's just a little more work than I wanted, honestly. So
okay.
I bought this car for pretty cheap, but after I had it, I was like, okay, well, my thought was like, I'll get it running, which running wasn't a problem. It was already running. It just needed like an exhaust leak fixed, and and just maintenance stuff. But the more you looked into it, I was like, fuck, motor mounts, suspension, tires, brakes, fucking body's all dented. And I thought body parts were going to be, I already knew they were fucked up, but I was like, it's a Acura, Honda, kind of car. So I'm like, they're going to be everywhere, cheap. And no, they're fucking super hard to find.
Because everyone in that world fucking wants it. And probably
and those cars kind of become more rare, but they're just not that rare, I guess, to keep the value up on them. But
gotcha.
So basically you can get like a running one in better condition than that, like stock, for like $2,500.
Are you shitting me?
And I'm in that thing $1,000, and it needs a fuck ton of work. So
it's not even worth it for you almost.
That's pretty much why I've just let it sit there.
Got you.
I do need to just post it for sale, honestly, and
just get it out of there.
Yeah, just take my losses on it, or at least break even on it. But
I
won't lose money. I just at least break even on it.
Okay, another question that I actually just thought of for this whole thing. I know sometimes you buy a vehicle, you have to register, get insurance on it. What the fuck's like the process for this?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, all the vehicles I've gotten, I have registered them and insured them. There is a limit though before you have to become a dealer. Because if you do too many in a year, believe it or not, the DMV will actually get on your ass and be like, "Hey, dude, do you have a dealership here going on? Like, what the fuck?
Oh wow,
you're paying. You're doing this too much, too often."
Yeah.
So I think the cap. Well, I don't know where I heard this number, but in my head, I think it's 9 a year. If you pass that, then
you have to apply for a license or what?
Basically, you have to apply for a dealer's license. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, basically at that point, something like that.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I would always register them just because I wanted to drive them and 100% be, for sure that they're solid before I sell them. And I would like daily them for a couple months and then I put them for sale.
So you would register them in a sense, and then basically the other person would buy it, and then they would have to do the same thing or change the ownership or whatever.
Yeah, re-register it. I mean, the only helpful part is that I think within 30 days you can transfer the emissions paper to them. Or maybe like 60, 90 days. I don't know what it was. I think it's 30 days though.
Gotcha.
So if I registered the car, it passed emissions, all green, and the next person bought it within the month, they can avoid that. They can go straight to the DMV and literally get the plates for it right away.
Okay, that's good to know. And again, we are in Utah, so all these numbers in terms of 9 cars and all this might be different in your state if you're an outside listener. So yeah, just ask ChatGPT, and I'm pretty sure you'll get that info. Yeah, that's interesting though.
But yeah, there's kind of some cool stuff there. I kind of do miss it sometimes. I remember I bought that Honda for $300, and he had a clutch.
Was it the one your dad was driving for a minute?
No, it was a different one. It was the manual one. I think I picked you up one time from your house in it.
Was it the one that was fucking abandoned at or the Fresh Market or something?
You were with me when I bought it too, huh?
Yeah, well, I called Fresh Market and we're like, "Yo, I'm not sure if it's that one." We're like, "Yo, don't tow our shit." We were acting like it was ours and like
it broke down. And I'm gonna get it out tomorrow. Yeah, that one was that was my first one. I would say that I bought like to flip, and that one I drove for like over a year.
Because didn't your dad do the same thing?
I found him one, and this one was perfect though. There was nothing wrong with this one. Literally bought him a one owner.
That's crazy as fuck.
2001 Honda Accord.
That's crazy. One owner's crazy.
And it was like mint condition for $1,200.
Wow.
I wanted to go to Salt Lake to look at one, and it was fucking dog shit. It was just beat the shit, bro. Some lady had it, and she probably just, obviously females don't really take care of their cars or don't know what's bad or good, so it was just ran down. And before I came back home, I was like, man, I'm going to look for one more. I was pretty much guaranteed I was going to come home with the car. So I took my mom with me, And so drive back her truck. I think we took hers. And I was going to drive back the new one. I'm like, let me look one more time before we go back home. Put on their cars like under $2,000. And I seen that one pop up. It had 0 minutes. Like I called the guy immediately. Wow. I'm like, hey, is it available? He's like, yeah, I just literally hit submit. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll come right now. I'm like, if you send me the address, he's like, yeah, I'll just text it. And
got you.
By the time I showed up, he said he had got like 10 calls already.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, I have the money right now.
Let's do it.
$200. I didn't even drive it. And I'm just like, I'll take it. I turned it on and it.
But you already seen that it was just in such a good condition.
Brand new tires, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So he probably kicked himself in the balls afterwards. He's like, fuck, I should have sold this thing for a lot more.
Yeah. So that's another thing about this whole equation then, that sometimes you have to be, like you said, on fucking marketplace, ready to go, like on the go type shit. Because 10 calls is insane, bro.
It can be a job, bro. You can literally live off of this. Worst comes to worst, I can literally do this as a day job. You know, you give me $5,000. I'll sit on Facebook Market, and as soon as I see one pop up, just bite the bullet, go grab it, fix up the things, and sell it.
I wonder if there's like a I don't know, like a extension or application that like refreshes and like notifies you right away. That'd be sick. That way you don't have to be fucking refreshing every 3 seconds.
Like it just pulls out. Like if it falls in the category of being
your criteria,
this card, and this price, I'll notify you.
But hey, look, you just came up.
Yeah, there needs to be some, so you're not just spending a bunch of time on there. But the stuff goes by quick. So
exactly, like you said, 10 calls already is insane, and fuck, that was probably within 30 minutes.
And the thing is, there's always times that people will price a car. The car I bought for $5,000 was priced for $10,000 originally.
Oh, what the hell? Was it still posted for $10,000, or did you have to?
It was posted for. It started at 10. He had it at 8, and I took it down to 5. So it's like there's times that it might be out of your budget, but you can still obtain it.
Was it your negotiation skills? Like, that dude just say, yo, it's been sitting here for 3 weeks on the listing. No one's bought it. Just get it out of here. What was the scenario with that one?
Yeah, I mean, I probably had to play a little bit of both, but basically, I've always just, I'm just like how I like to do business. Like, I'm kind of the same way where I'm there and I just told them, it needs a lot more work than I thought. If you want, here's $5,000. I can take it right now.
Yeah, but it's too much. Like you kind of.
But if you're not, I'm leaving. Got you. I just like if someone tries to sell me something or I try to sell someone, I'm like, hey, here's your price. Let us know if we can help. Like I'm just straight to there's the offer. Yeah. Take it or leave it. I'm not like trying to beat around the bush and
back and forth.
But it seemed like basically he had moved or some shit, so he had to he had to put the car in storage, and the car wouldn't fit in the storage unit, so it was like halfway out. So he was kind of like, shit, they're going to kick me out of here. So it's like, at the same time, I don't think he owed on the car or nothing either.
That makes sense. So he was, in a sense, a little desperate to get it out there because he had no other choice.
Yeah.
That's facts.
So
that's a number one rule about negotiations. The person that needs it basically the most is the one that's at a disadvantage. You obviously could keep looking. That fool needed that shit the fuck out of there. So you were.
I just happened to be like the right place, right time for both of us. So
damn.
Yeah, I basically just paid the man, good, had the keys, stashed them somewhere, and I called a tow truck and told them where it was, and they brought it back home. This is in Park City.
That's a great place, I bet.
Yeah, and the other one I bought in Provo. So it's always just areas over there.
Well, that one's a pretty far drive, like 2 hours.
Yeah, they're like
1 hour and a half.
It's like $300, $200 for tow trucks to bring them here, but
if it makes sense,
it's worth it. Yeah, it's not reason. There's no reason for me to get a trailer and
do all that shit.
Yeah, fuck that. Put all the stress on the car or on the truck and
I get you.
Dropping off a trailer and stuff like that. So, but yeah,
that's dope, bro.
I've always kind of messing with that. It always excites me when I find a deal and I get to have like a new car, but sometimes they just don't work out. Luckily, the one that didn't work out was one of the least expensive ones. Just $1,000.
That's good. And I feel like there's like a sense of almost joy a little bit when you get a good deal. Like you're excited basically. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh fuck yeah, like I just got this.
Yeah, so. And I just see the potential too, man. Because I'm just like, I can polish the fuck out of this paint and make it look brand new.
A bunch of shit too.
We can gut the interior and clean it up. Because that Honda, the first one I bought for $300, dude, it was trashed inside. I don't know if you remember how bad it was. I think I do remember. Terrible, bro. I pulled the seats out. I pressure washed the seats. I took the carpet out. Pressure washed the carpet. But after I left it was like immaculate. To this day, me and my girlfriend always talk about how fun that car was. Because for a while I just dailied it and it was like, you just throw the dogs, whatever the fuck, anything.
You don't care. You don't care.
And it was pretty good condition car, but it still shouldn't care. And
did his job, bro.
Would always go to the airport and leave it there and not care about, it getting beat up or something. And So I got my money's worth out of that one for sure.
Okay.
Good times, but
no, that's some good shit. That's a good information if someone wants to essentially learn how to flip cars, I guess. But it doesn't. I feel like a lot of the things you went over could apply to different things as well.
100%. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not
people do this
necessarily
with, I mean,
tables and shit too.
yeah, clothing, you know, you're into that kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the table, I was telling my neighbor, you know, buys shit that's like for free. Just grabs shit for free. Sands it down, paints and stuff like that. So
that's a fact, bro. That's true. I remember watching Gary Vee back in the day. He would go and he wouldn't necessarily restore anything. He would go to like freaking yard sales and thrift stores and shit.
mm-hmm.
You know, basically he would have a somewhat understanding of what can go for more. Like he would buy fucking teddy bears sometimes, and he would be like a teddy bear from like Disneyland from the 1990s, and it would go for like $50, and he got it for $1 at the fucking, you know, yard sale. Just shit like that.
Small.
That's
yeah,
exactly.
Little things add up. Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably seen reels too. Have you ever seen the reels where I seen one recently where some dude goes to a swap meet, buys like some grill looking shit for $50, ends up being some crazy industrial shit. Really? He sells it for like 500.
I didn't even know. No, I haven't seen that one.
Just crazy shit like that be happening.
Yeah. Isn't the watch kind of game right now pretty good too? Or they like flip watches all the time too? Especially like
some of them. I know it's down just like cars. The price, like car market, same thing with watch market. It's down.
Yeah. I was watching this like Instagram reel, whatever it was, but this guy's known for buying watches, so people recognize him when they look on the streets. And they're like, "Hey man, I'm not really trying to like sell you on something, but he's like, making me an offer." He like offered him like I think like 10-2 for this Rolex, whatever it was, and then he took it to this guy that literally he knows him, like they all know each other. Like he's basically like an acquaintance. Like, hey, you get some good deals and you sell them to me, and I'll give you some more money. So it's like one guy making a cut off another guy making a cut, and he got it for 12, and then he asked him like, how much did you get it for? 10-2. He's like, ah, good man. Like, so he made $2,000, and then he's probably gonna sell it for 15.
Exactly.
After he restores and cleaned it up. And then, so yeah, it's like it's pretty crazy, but yeah, basically you could do this with apply it to anything. Yeah, essentially.
100%.
I was for a minute. I've been wanting to do it with camera gear. I think I was telling you a while back how there was like my kind of camera setups that were not the setups, but like the camera itself. They were going for dirt cheap for a minute, like 1,900, 1,800, and I'm like, at the right time, these will come back up at value again. And some people are just desperate, you know, for money.
Yeah, sometimes, so. Yeah, that's true. You just got to find those things.
If you haven't used that camera in 3 months, you're probably like, fuck it, just.
And the bill's coming up, the rent coming up, you got enough. Yeah, it's facts, bro. So you
gotta find that thing, you know?
I agree 100%. And then even speaking about negotiations, I seen somewhere or read somewhere that one of the best things to do is not make assumptions when you're trying to, let's say you go see the Honda and you ask, hey, there's nothing wrong with it, is there? Positioning it that way, you're automatically kind of saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you take the stance of what's wrong with it, you're automatically assuming there's something wrong with it.
You're waiting for their response is, I got to tell them what is wrong with it.
Yeah, they basically had a study, and they said if you approach it as never assume that there's nothing essentially wrong with it, always assume there is, that more people are willing to tell you. Because, you know, there's obviously going to be those crooked people. They're not going to tell you regardless. Yeah, absolutely. But if you position it as, okay, what are the problems? Instead of, it doesn't have any problems, does it? People are going to be, oh, no, it's good. But
yeah, I do this all the time with people. They come in and I do a walk around the car and I see like a damage. And I'm like, oh, you got, it's been hit a few times, huh? I don't ask them like, has the car ever been in an accident?
Yeah,
they're going to say no.
Exactly.
No, it's a clean title, bro. Never like, no, I'm like, oh, it's been hit a few times, huh? Yeah, my kids, blah, blah. But yeah, it's literally how you approach the situation, how they answer. Okay. It's kind of funny.
It's crazy. That was the reason I was like, damn. So now I'm like, well, shit, if I'm ever going to do something or, you know, it doesn't even have to be with
even with sales. If you sound like pest control, like, hey, I know the spiders are really hard right now at this time. Like, don't even like ask, hey, do you have spider problems? They're gonna be like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Just be like, hey, I know your spiders are pretty bad right now, and you can say your neighbors said something or
exactly.
Sales,
exactly.
It's just the way you approach stuff is.
It's crazy. Even just the words you use, it could change the responses you get or the questions you ask. It's like fucking insane. So just something, don't make the assumption, you know, don't make assumptions. Maybe assume the worst end. It depends, I guess, on what stance you're taking, you know? But yeah, something I was like, oh shit, you know?
Yeah, there's many things in life you can kind of take and mold them to other things, right? Yeah, you just got to find them.
Exactly. But
the more you learn, the more you know, I guess.
100%, bro.
Like what they say, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta uncover it. Kind of like, shit, I'm not, what is it, archaeologists when they're like, doing the little dinosaur bones?
Bones and all kinds of, even skulls, human people.
Jesus Christ. That's CSI, bro.
You're like, hey.
Yeah. Is it CSI? That right?
Yeah.
That's what people.
Yeah. What is it? A criminal
crime scene investigation, I think. Yeah, those motherfuckers be on some, that's some crazy shit.
Imagine when they were finding all those, like, where is it? Where basically there's like all the hallways underground that are just skulls.
Italy? The catacombs?
Imagine you just going like, what the fuck?
They don't even got to do that. They just see a bunch of shit. Like, fuck.
They literally use the bodies to build like that structural, huh?
Oh, they say actually the Great Wall of China, that big ass fucking shit. That a lot of people, they would die because, dude, it's fucking huge, and they would, use a lot of slaves or just
bury them in there with
unskilled. Yeah, they would just fucking throw them fuckers in there. So that shit has like a lot of bodies under it. I forgot actually about the Great Wall of China. I haven't really heard that shit come up, but yeah. Obviously, that was a minute ago, Hopefully.
The whole Wall of China has something to do with like the whole Berlin thing, huh? Like it was something to separate, or was
it just shit? Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really know about too much about it. The only thing I do know is that you could see it from space.
No shit.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's just pretty big. It's just long. It's huge, bro. It's fucking spans for miles.
Split in the earth, basically. Because it's all like concrete or mortar, I should say, and brick.
Yeah, I'm not into running, but I feel like that'd be a cool place to go running.
Yeah, just. Well, like how kept up it is.
It's a good question. If they go and revamp it a little bit, I don't know.
Because if that thing is pretty old, no? I mean,
for sure.
I don't know much. I should probably know more about it, but.
Yeah, well, it's it's in China. It's in fucking China. Like, that's not really our nation, I guess. But yeah, you're right. Something interesting about that shit. Damn.
Yeah, all those what do they call them? Earth's
what, Earth's Greatest Wonders or what?
Yeah. Speaking of that, well, yeah, our buddy Kurt that was in Africa, he posted a thing where it was like it's like some crazy waterfalls out there in Africa.
Oh, I bet, bro.
I don't know what they are, but he put the name on there. But yeah, it's like the whole, I guess, the pyramids and stuff like that. I guess it's not really a Earth's wonder. They're built by someone. They just don't know. But it's just one of the things like, what the fuck is this?
There's so many conspiracies between that shit. Some people think aliens did that shit. Yeah, I've also seen another one that's more logical. That kind of makes sense. Is people thought that they were like essentially carving the fucking, what would you call them? The cubes, the concrete cubes, stacking them. They're probably not cubes, but whatever the fuck that is. But some people are saying, oh, they just essentially poured concrete kind of and wait till it hardened and then build on top of that way. Now that sounds more logical than fucking carrying a big block of fucking thing, or unless they had like, I don't know, some crazy mechanisms. Because I don't know if you remember in science class, bro, like the pulleys and shit.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know. That's to this day we don't fucking know. I don't know why the Egyptians didn't.
They had cranes. They had laser cutters. They had all, bro. Like, they did that shit like in a couple months. They're just like
they're good. Huh?
No, that shit is interesting. I'm not sure if you like how deep you've gotten into stuff like that, but like
not too deep.
But bro, like some of the inside shit is crazy. Like, because there's only like 2 chambers or rooms in there, but the fucking walls are like just marble, like flat as fuck. It's like how the fuck?
Nuts. Yeah, it's shit's nuts.
And it's like a solid block of fucking marble the size of this room, and it's like what the? Yeah, it's just crazy shit.
Yeah,
you never really know what's there.
It's crazy too because we obviously see it, but we don't know how long it necessarily took. It could have taken 100 years to build that shit, like little by little. Kind of like we were talking about the concept earlier. Like obviously, we see the finished product, but we didn't see
compound effect. Yeah.
Exactly, all these years and.
Could have.
Yeah, so that shit is insane. History is it's crazy when you look back at what like all the humans did essentially. It's like, yo, you can't underestimate what the fuck you can do because that shit's nuts.
Yeah, I feel you there, man.
It's like, what the fuck? You remember ever in YouTube, it was like a series back in the day. I don't even know if it was a series. It was a YouTube channel, but the YouTube channel or YouTube video actually that went viral was called People Are Awesome. You remember that?
People are awesome. Sounds really familiar.
It was basically a montage of all these videos of humans doing crazy shit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so people doing backflips and fucking...
I was about to say, it wasn't like building shit, right? It was
just people just doing crazy shit. But I do remember seeing that as like I don't want to say a kid, but younger. Being like, holy fuck. Like,
yeah, the PlayStation and YouTube days.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's when it was...
around there.
I remember you Googling it. Yeah. I remember watching it with you, now that you say that, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember shit like that. But yeah, I remember one of those early moments. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, at that time, if I could necessarily comprehend, maybe I thought they were just special.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yo, some people out there can do some shit.
Some talented people, man.
For sure,
They got some
bro.
crazy brain.
Exactly.
Which
But
is crazy because I'm always thinking something. And I'm always wondering, like, I'm always thinking, just selfishly, like, I'm probably the only one thinking of this or doing stuff like this. But there's so many people, like, just thinking way different shit or
there's 8 billion people on
going
Earth.
through way different things. And
yeah,
it's just
that's just insane. Yeah, a lot of people are complacent. They're not really into it. But,
mm-hmm.
there's a percentage of 8 billion people that
There's got to be,
are on some other shit, And it's all different types of fields. You got medicine, construction, entertainment, transportation. Like, you can name it, bro. You keep going down the list and list and list.
You ever had ideas in your head where you're just like more like an idea for like a product or something?
Yeah, I have one right now. I'm like straight have it.
Yeah,
it's a AI therapist.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't like going to therapy because you're talking to someone. Shit, fucking weird. Like, I've considered it, but I've never like gonna go do that shit. But imagine if you had like an AI therapist. Kind of ChatGPT can kind of do that, but I feel like you need the correct prompts in there to respond in a certain way, or maybe to use like a checklist almost. Yeah. But imagine if you could necessarily have a business or service where it's cheaper because it's, you don't have to pay an actual person. But now you have a therapist that's AI that's knows what the fuck to tell you, essentially, and be maybe more compassionate, have empathy a little bit.
Yeah, because putting a human into that equation, I mean, they have their own
hourly rate,
but also their own kind of like point of view of what they want to give you.
Yeah,
I know they're supposed to be open to accepting or whatever it is, but
they
might still judge you a bit.
There might be a little bias, a little bit. And
exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
But chat is on a whole different shit, so
yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I don't know how the fuck someone would. Well, me, obviously, there's someone out there who can figure it out, but
yeah. Well, basically, I was getting to though. I mean, because you're probably just thinking the same thing, like. But I'm like, is there things out there that you always think about, and you probably think like, oh, somebody else is already onto this, and you just never proceed forward with it or entertain it?
Not really. I feel like if you want it, you could do it. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one person that has this idea. What matters is going to be the execution, putting everything together, putting the right people in the correct places, getting the investors. The idea, fuck, anyone could have the same fucking idea. I'm pretty sure people had the idea for Lyft and Uber and, well, that's the same fucking idea. But let's say eBay, and it didn't come anything about it. Imagine eBay low-key fell off, but Amazon replaced it. So the idea was already there technically, in a sense. Maybe not the auction sort of thing, but these ideas are always out there.
Yeah.
You just have to execute it correctly, or you could even be somewhat similar, and they call the word differentiate yourself a little bit. And basically that way you feel a place in the market that it's not being currently fulfilled, and you can make some more money there. But yeah, if you over here try to make the exact same thing as Amazon, it's probably not going to end up going well.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think nowadays you have to be completely out of the box if you want something to grow like crazy, which I can't remember the last time we had an app.
Like a $1 billion? Oh, I get you. Like some big fucking huge shit.
Yeah, like
a
Facebook, Instagram,
like a mega corporation.
Amazon. And like since then, we haven't had nothing like crazy where it's like everybody has to download this app, everybody's using this app.
I feel like there has. I feel like we just,
I guess,
I was about to say we just like maybe underestimate it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really like techie, I would say.
Like, yeah, because there's so many applications. Like, we go on our phone and like literally there'll be maybe some shit like, because when the fuck did Venmo come out? That's not too old.
10 years ago, maybe, you think? 8?
Probably, yeah. But the first one was technically what, PayPal?
Yeah.
So I could have been like what you just said. Oh, PayPal already exists. Like, why the fuck am I create Venmo or Cash App? Why the fuck did Cash App come out if it's already Venmo? So it's like
you're right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like a mind fuck where
you gotta like, keep fucking going with it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's some shit where you have to think about it and be like, man, maybe I could do it better than them. Or this is one dude that's become popular. His name's Vivek. I always fuck up his last name, Ramazamawi or some shit like that. But he essentially rich as fuck. He's like a billionaire now. But I was hearing a story where essentially after school and all that, he went into some type of investments. He worked for a company that does like medical shit.
Okay.
And basically he was into comedy as well. He's trying to be some comedy dude. And what they told him to do is grab basically like a notepad. And every time some shit happens to you that's like bad or something like that, write it down and you could turn it into a joke. Yeah, so he basically stole that concept, and when he was working at his pharmaceutical business, anything that went wrong or he didn't like, he would write it down. And then what he did, he's created his own company, and he said, all right, we're going to fucking update all this shit, and basically created his own fucking thing. And now the company's worth like $3 billion.
You know, that's fucking crazy because comedy is literally the only shit that has gone wrong. If you think about it, that most recent comedy show we went together, I know you've been to another one recently, but they're literally all talking about just shit had gone wrong to them.
Yeah, you could make it a story, bro.
That's literally all fucking comedy is.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. I mean,
yeah, literally.
And this might have been obviously someone else, but to me, I'm just really realizing this shit.
No, you're 100% right. Even with marketing, Adam still sends us emails all the time, like it's just the general emails. And when he was in class, he said, "Yo, whatever happens to me in life, I always relate it back to the email, and then at the end, I make it toward marketing." So, for example, himself, he said that his kid was basically out. Well, he saw a YouTube video. It was, I don't know if you ever seen it. Is some dude, some science YouTuber. He was essentially made an attraction or where he was like filming squirrels.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that shit.
You know what I'm talking about? And he basically had like the nuts and what...
Day by day, they were getting fucking smarter and yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. He was trying to do that, the kid. So he was like, getting all these almonds, different types of nuts, all this shit. And he was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, my son's really on this shit. Like, fuck yeah, And basically he was like, yo, I had to have a little conversation with my son and be like, yo, I think one of his son's names was Alex. He was like, hey, Alex, this is good and everything that you're doing, but when's the last time you see a squirrel in the backyard? There's no fucking squirrels. He lived in Canada.
Oh, fuck.
So, and then basically by that story that happened to him personally, he related it back to marketing. He's like, a lot of people in marketing are essentially trying to put a position out. Exactly. Yeah. But they're using the wrong messaging, or they're basically posting the shit on the wrong app or something.
Yeah, they're in the wrong area for it.
Exactly. And he's like, yo, is the clients that you want in basically the territory you're at? It was basically, that's how we related everything. Yeah. But you're right, 100%. 100% what you just said. Comedy, marketing, a bunch of shit. So
damn.
Yeah, some shit.
Yeah, I've always thought about that too. It's like, well, there's work for this somewhere, right? Like the whole detailing thing. I think we talked about a while back where you're like, well, how about places like California or I think you asked me, where is this most populated or popular? I'm like, Florida, California, because it's fucking always sunshine there for the most part. So people will always want to have their cars clean and they'll stay clean. Versus here, Utah, fucking it snows and gets shitty weather. And certain times and people are like, why the fuck am I going to wash my car if it's just gonna snow on it, So, but yeah, it's true. You got to, just be in the right, sell at the right place in the right time, whatever you're trying to sell or market, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's facts. So especially if you know your actual client that you're going after and not just putting out random shit, then you're a way bigger advantage. Kind of like going back to the example, it's like, shit, you're trying to catch a squirrel, but there's no fucking squirrels here, Like, yeah, same thing. You're trying to catch a specific client, but like that client might not even exist here. You know what I'm saying? So maybe go after, maybe they don't have fucking squirrels, but they have, what the fuck would they have in Canada, bro? I don't know, a fucking beaver or a fucking, I don't know what the fuck they got over there. But
do this shit with the bear, bro. I want to see that. The bears are fucking smart, low key. So
fuck yeah, they are.
You need some fucking tough ass shit, but
yeah,
I'm sure you can get him to get to fucking put a human at the end. I'm sure he'll get to it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like if you're trying to sell something towards, car manufacturers, we don't fucking have any in Utah. So it's like go to Detroit or other places that have. Or Detroit, I think, was one of the main ones. Now, obviously, it's a fucking ghost town, but over there, anywhere, we do have car manufacturer companies here in the U.S. You just gotta find the places that is gonna benefit to them.
Exactly. Go where the fishes are.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I like that. Yeah,
you go fucking fish out of pond, they ain't shit.
I think that could be a lot of help for some people because I feel like, some people will be trying something hard for a while. It's kind of like you, what you were doing for a minute, but I mean, you're still trying or looking into it, but it's just until you find that fucking right place. And
yeah, I feel like with me, isn't not necessarily just that. It's just keeping up with it and always just trying to basically kind of get better at it in a sense. So with me, I got to kick myself in the fucking ass, to be honest with you. And my biggest problem, which I'm trying to get better at, is socializing. For example, now that I go to the gym, I'm way more open now. Like it's kind of crazy. And I kind of see it as, obviously you go to the gym, you're doing fucking reps, getting better. Same thing. I'm like, I guess you could say meeting some new people, but I'm definitely learning a lot more communication skills in terms of, because for example, there's a group of dudes that are at the gym. I knew one from like a different dude, but then I started talking to him, and he has 2 other friends. So now I'm like talking
3 guys or whatever.
Yeah, like at the same time almost. But back then, that shit would have been daunting to me. I would have been like, what the fuck? So I'm definitely being more open, and then applying a lot of more, I guess you could say, things that I learned. And you know, because I think you even mentioned it once where you said that the podcast has helped you communicate a little bit better with clients here, where you're you're not necessarily just looking at the main dude that's there. You're kind of explaining it to the family and shit like that. So it's the same thing kind of with me and getting better, socializing. And another thing that's good too about communication that I've been trying to get a little better at is obviously you're having a conversation with somebody, they tell you something, and it's up to you. You can literally ask whatever and take the conversation wherever. But a good thing is to ask follow-up questions on the thing they were just talking about. So for example, let's say me and you are talking right now. You're telling me about like the cars and shit. Yeah. And then automatically I'm like, okay, oh, that's what's up, bro. How's your day? It's just going to be kind of, I don't know, I want to say if the correct word is weird, but the flow is going to be interrupted, and you might just be like,
did you not hear what the fuck I just said?
Yeah, like you just kind of almost just want to kind of leave, or being more inclined to leave. But if I was asking you more questions on, okay, what are you looking out for? And then that basically expands it a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's a skill.
It is a skill for sure. Yeah, if people come in and, you know, they ask me like, oh, you guys do this, this, and that. Have you heard of ceramic coatings? Yeah, I have on my car. Oh, how do you liking it? Is it working good? Is it doing like you're keep pulling stuff out of them? It's like
100%.
Our friend Eric told us, you know, you ask people questions and you can make them. Basically, the thing is just keep asking them questions on, and they'll talk forever. They'll basically talk themselves into the sale.
That's a big fact.
So how's it working? Oh, it's not the best. Okay, well, we have one that's, you know, actually works.
No, you're 100% right, bro.
You just got to keep making them pull like, well, why don't you like it? Well,
yeah.
It's not doing that. Oh, well, ours does it. What else don't you like about it? You know, you can literally,
that's amazing.
Talk people into the sale themselves. You just got to know how to keep asking the questions.
Yeah, and something you could even do on top of that as well to even make it even sweeter is obviously, I even tried this recently with somebody today. I talked to somebody yesterday. He's trying to file an LLC in Texas. It was too expensive, whatever. But he was telling me, I told him, oh, I could call you tomorrow. Like, when do you want me to call you? Same time. He's like, oh no, I have people in California coming. So call me a little earlier from 12 or something. So I fucking remembered that shit. And then he also told me that he had fucking places in Texas, California, and Florida. And I remember that shit too. And I basically read this somewhere. Like, obviously you want to listen. That's one part, right? So that way you know. But you also want to make the other person know that you listened. That's an important part. So when I talked to him, I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, you know, I basically said, hey, is your family, your friends from California, or I think that's where they're coming from, California, because he's in Texas right now. Are they there yet? And we just played card. That probably like fucked him up a little bit. Yeah. And then he was like, "Oh, Texas is a little expensive." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I know you're in Florida and California too." I like literally repeated what he told me, and I ain't gonna lie, that's probably one of like the most smoothest conversations I fucking had. And I was just like a little eye open, where I was like, it's one thing to listen. But another thing to like repeat it back so he knows that you listened as well.
It's almost like you opened a door for like between you and him. Like now he's like, oh, I'm fully open to the guy now for some reason.
Oh yeah, he's He's way more open to suggestions because now he feels fucking heard. Like one thing is actually hearing, but another thing is making him feel like he got heard.
You got heard, yeah.
And that if you do that shit, that's like the cherry on top of all that shit, bro.
Yep. Yeah, I had some of those conversations in the past where it's like you just one thing you say or you comment on something and just completely. Even if it's just like the interest that they're in, you know, if you're talking about something like had a guy tell me like about a Bronco R, like a Bronco Raptor. Yeah. The ones I was telling you that I could see yourself in one. Yeah. Bright orange one too. And I asked him like, oh, what color is it? I always like ask more about it. I'm like, oh, nice. I'm like, have you seen about this page that does like these wide body kits for them? He's like, oh yeah, they're like and they're in California called APG and then I'm like, yeah, I seen a YouTuber. And he's like, oh, let me guess, it's this guy. And I'm like, no, it's somebody else. Well, he told me it was like somebody else, and then. We got talking this whole thing, and now, but yeah, it was like one of those where you just like, he called like asking about some simple things, and then now by the time you guys get them talking, he's just like
left an impression on him.
Yeah, like if it was like your buddy now, like, oh, well, have a good day, man. I'm just gonna stop by sometime.
Yeah, just, facts.
Yeah. But you're just like, wow.
Yeah,
it is kind of crazy. Huh?
It's crazy.
We all have those kind of things.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you've had the situations too where a client comes in, you talk to him, or maybe it's just a quote.
I get it with my sales guys. They call me for marketing, shit like that.
Yeah.
Whether like they're wanting to ask, I'm just basically straight and simple. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Good. And then I'm kind of leaving them and like, oh shit, like what do I say now? Like I'm about to lose this guy. And then they'll like say something about like, well, he's like, can I come like for free or just I'm not trying to sell you something. And that when as soon as they say I'm not trying to sell you something,
that's stupid to say.
I'm like, cool, yeah.
Yeah, you can't be saying shit like that because you can't because then they're lying to you and you know they're lying to you.
Yeah.
So that he fucked up there for sure. You got to be instead of selling, let me sell you something. You could say different shit, bro. But don't say that you're not gonna sell because that's a cap. Like always be.
I'm not trying to sell you anything, and I'm okay.
Then why the fuck are you on the phone? Like you want a friend? Like
yeah, you want to chat?
Yeah, exactly.
You got shit to do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you probably had clients come in. They tell you something. Next time you see them, you follow up on that. Oh, hey, bro, like, did you end up getting that?
Yeah, that car, or did you ever go on that trip? Or
that's kind of something.
You guys sell your house yet? Yeah,
it's gonna be oh shit, like Edgar, remember that? So
yeah, it's tough to keep track of everybody, but yeah, 100%. It's definitely
yeah,
if you can.
Yeah, we'll do immense things to you, and you know what
and I feel like everybody naturally has a thought in their head, like, I wonder if but we don't really say it to them. Yeah. Sometimes, like I've had customers that come in, and sometimes I'm like, I should probably ask them like if their dog feels better now or some shit. Last time they were telling me that dog was sick. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't want to
definitely bring it up. Fuck it.
Yeah, but sometimes, but yeah, if you do, I mean, it opens up a whole nother.
Dude, I feel like the trust and connection will just be just way better, 100%. And you know what the number one thing people like to hear is? Like what makes them fucking like, oh, what the fuck?
What's that?
Their name.
Ah.
Do you say that shit? Yeah. So I always like when like I'm at the gym and shit, I try. Something's fucking hard sometimes. Like you probably, have talked to fucking probably hundreds, if not thousands of people throughout like your business journey. It's obviously hard as fuck, but like if you fucking have someone come in and you remember them, like fuck, bro, like you are in a better position.
100%. Yeah, I definitely get that. I'm not as good as remembering it for the most part. I think I would say I am. I'm not terrible at it, but usually because I already have it on my notes. But if I see my schedule and I put like,
see, that's
Camry smart. Coming in today, Jason.
Do you usually introduce people like, oh, hey, Jason? Or
like, hey, you must be Jason. And people are like, oh yeah, that's me. How you doing? Or what do you mean, like introducing myself into them?
Oh, not necessarily. Like they come in and you're like, oh, hey, Eric, how's it going? Like if he walks in or something like that. I guess it could be a random motherfucker too. So I get you too.
For the most part, yeah. It's if I already know like my morning appointment's coming in and like I see a car pull up and it's a description of the car, then I know it's probably.
You always use the name, or is it just, oh hey, how's it going?
No, I use the name.
See, that's no, you're on some shit right now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's
dope, bro. Have you ever used what Eric told us after you're done with with the rap or something? Oh, do you know anyone else that could benefit from my service? Have you cracked that one yet?
I haven't cracked that one yet.
You should try it just once. Fuck it.
Shit, yeah, especially with backfire. Actually, no, man.
Actually, fuck no.
Actually, I won't be recommending anybody. Oh man, I'm go cry now. No, but that talking about this ringing a bell. Like I need to get back to one of my Google reviews that I got left recently.
Okay.
For that Range Rover I did, the red one.
Oh, okay, the one.
Yeah, she left apparently she got referred by someone. So
shout out. See?
Yeah, I'm curious who it was or who. Yeah, but I guess I think we talked about it last time how it kind of got high up on the board and it was going to be presented in a slideshow.
Jaguar. You did say that. That's fucking crazy.
But anyways, yeah, I got to get back to that. What was the question? Question?
No, basically, if you ask what Eric told us that. Oh,
yeah, I haven't yet. Yeah, but yeah, I need to more. I mean,
I need to too, but it's kind of hard for me.
It's kind of it is kind of hard with this because a lot of times people just find me. Like it's not like I found them.
Yeah,
and I feel like if you find them, then it's easier for you to ask that.
Yeah, definitely not at the get go either. Maybe after.
Yeah, like if I was like, if I met someone, and I seen like they had an issue, I don't know, they were burning inside their car. And I tended their car, and now they're saying like, "Oh, this is amazing! Like, how did I go?" And at that point, be like, "Is there anybody else you think I can help with the same issue that you just had?" But if they like call me, like, "Hey, I need my car coded," and then I'm like, "Anybody else that can benefit from this?"
Yeah.
So I think
I feel like for you might be a little 100% different. I'd probably acknowledge that I did a good job after. Be like, "Oh, hey, like Did you like it? Are you satisfied? Did it come out good? Or do you ever ask actually, oh, is there anywhere else you want me to touch up? Like maybe on a detail or something? Do you ever ask some shit like that?
No, but that's actually probably a good one.
Like, oh yeah, how's it look? Is there anything else?
Look. Like, yeah, the whole fucking thing.
Because most people are gonna say no. Like even when I get my haircut, like, oh bro, do you want me to cut it shorter? I never say, oh, cut my shit. I never say that shit. So I know if you say something like that,
you should test your barber next time and like stay looking at the mirror for a minute, like
just say,
okay, we're good. They're probably like, oh shit, he's gonna say something you don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would assume it would be something like that. Like, oh, hey, like, did you enjoy it? Is there anything else that, you see? And then I have to say, oh, no, you did an amazing job. Oh, great. Well, maybe not ask, is there anyone else that could benefit from my service? But, oh, you let me know if anyone else. So it's not like
that's right.
Too direct. Maybe like not too direct.
I've always wanted to do like a referral program, but I just don't know what to do for a referral.
Yeah, it's a little hard for sure.
I've always been like, hey, if you refer someone to us, next time you come in, but we don't really get people like coming back in like crazy. And
yeah,
if we had like a wash, like where we can wash cars at all times, I'd be like,
that'd be fine.
Oh, next time you come in, you can get a free wash. Or come in anytime. If you refer anyone, we can get you a free wash anytime. But it's like we don't. That's kind of, you have to plan for that shit. And
facts.
But yeah, then you buy me a ton of wash, man. Like Quick Whack or some shit. Like, hey,
yeah, fucking open one across the street. Fuck it.
Yeah,
there's a little voucher. Go get your shit washed. Or what you can do too is don't they have one over here?
Have the car wash, scratch the shit, and then we fix the scratches.
Yeah, fuck it. Isn't there one around here?
Yeah.
Just maybe go up to the business owner or the manager.
I actually know the manager for like all of them right here.
Well, there you go. Be like, hey, can let's do something where you give me a voucher? Because I think you just plug in something usually if you have a membership.
Oh, like a little card, like you just.
Yeah, and be like, hey.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We definitely try to. We're pretty strong here at telling people like don't take your shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that too because you kind of are against that. Maybe a
touchless one.
That's true.
Even though they don't really claim, but like, hey,
it's still some value, somewhat.
Get you
leaves it better than before.
A free voucher for something if you get us a referral.
Yeah, so it's not you cleaning it, but it's something else where you could work out with where they maybe give you a discounted price since you're going to be sending a lot of people. Number one, you're going to be maybe getting more clients after that first wash to those people, and then two, you're actually adding a value as well to them. You're like, oh hey, we get you a free wash over there. Go check it out. Yeah. So
have you ever been part of a referral program at all? Because I'm curious how it even works.
Just like a referral
program.
Nah, or something. The gym, my gym has one, but it's fucking stupid. It's you send someone, you get a free shirt. Like I don't want a fucking shirt. You send two, it's like you get like a month free from the gym. And then if you get 5, you get a full year. But it's like
I get them all the time for like, well, I don't get them sent to me, but I always get like the thing like, oh, refer a person to this credit card. It's like an Amex thing. And you get
I've actually gone some money off Amex.
Yeah, some points or whatever it is.
Yeah, 2 people I've sent. Well,
so I mean, I see stuff like that, but I never had a business where it's just like a mechanic shop. Oh
no, yeah.
Refer someone to me and do fucking free spark plugs.
Yeah, the only thing I could think about is the punch card bullshit, but
yeah,
that's like coffee shops and shit.
Yeah, maybe it's not suitable for my business. Maybe.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something, but it's something you just gotta uncover a little. That's some good shit though. All right, bro. Well, that was lit, bro. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to leave the people with?
No, man. I think we said everything I had to say.
Yeah, we covered some nice shit today, actually. So
yeah, I think that's it for me, man.
Alrighty, beautiful. Well, with that being said, this has been episode 89 of the Endless Growth Podcast, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yeah, peace.
All right, deuce.